Hi everyone, I'm Eriward. How are you doing? I have been intending to sit for the exam of TOEFL in a few weeks, so I decided to take the practice test, and today I'm recording this video to show you how my speaking test is going. So I hope you enjoy watching this video. And this is actually my first time to try this app, TOEFL Go, and I've purchased one of the practice tests, particularly speaking tests. So I'll try the first one. So I'm a bit nervous. So yeah, okay, let's try. Okay, let's go. Okay, general test information. This is the same other, instruction that we are given before taking the speaking test of TOEFL. Okay, let's continue. Okay, allow me to reading this part because I know.
People make friends in many different ways. What do you think is a good way to make new friends? Use specific details and examples in your response.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
I think a good way to make new friends is to try to find our mutual topics. When we talk to those whom you want to make friends with, you can ask them what they do during their free time, and we can find out mutual interests, such as watching movies, listening to music, and playing video games. So if we find mutual topics, we can extend our conversations, and we can make friends with each other. Okay, just go to the next one.
Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? It is important to remember and learn from the past. Use details and examples to explain your opinion.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
I agree with the statement. The reason why I think so is that there is a famous saying that stupid people learn from experiences, but wise people learn from history. If we know what other people did in the past and the reason why they failed, we can take care not to make the same mistakes that other people did in the past, and we can be wise enough to choose the right way to do things. So I think we should learn from the past.
Read a letter that a student has written to the campus newspaper. You have 50 seconds to read the letter. Begin reading now. Now listen to two students discussing the letter.
Hey Ted, you're a runner. Did you see this letter in the paper?
Yeah, I did, and I use those.
And?
I think it's a terrible idea.
How come?
Well, she really hasn't thought it through. Like, the thing about making them safer. What she's not thinking about is the long-term consequences of running on a hard surface.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's not good for you. It's too hard on your bones and joints. If you run repeatedly on a hard surface, it can lead to injuries, or that's what I've been taught anyway. It's better to run on a soft surface. It does less damage to your body.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, so actually it wouldn't be safer. And her second point...
About changing the way they look?
Yeah, I don't think people will like it.
So they'd use them less?
Yeah, I mean, one of the main reasons people enjoy them now is it's a way of taking a break from the rest of campus, from buildings and streets and stuff. It's, A chance to feel like you're out in nature.
Oh, so you wouldn't get that effect anymore.
Right. It'd be just like you were on a regular street or sidewalk. It wouldn't be as relaxing.
The man expresses his opinion about the proposal in the student's letter. Briefly summarize the proposal, then state the man's opinion about the proposal and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
The student made the proposal that the running trails on the campus should be paved to make it safer when it rains, and also it would improve the landscape. But the man opposes to the opinion because he's a runner actually, and he insists that it would damage their legs if they continue running on a hard surface, and also pavement would ruin the effect of running through the relaxing atmosphere of nature, escaping from the urban landscapes.
Read a passage from a psychology textbook. You will have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now listen to part of a lecture on this topic in a psychology class.
For example, I recently read about a case in which a researcher was given two groups of monkeys, and he was asked to train these monkeys to pick up a ball and put it in a box. And he was told to record how many hours it took to train each monkey to learn to do this. Now, before he started the training, the researcher was told that one group of monkeys was highly intelligent and that the other group was less intelligent. In truth, there was no difference between them. All the monkeys were actually very similar in terms of intelligence, but the researcher didn't know that. He thought one group was smarter, so he expected that that group would be easier to train. So, what happened? Well, the researcher trained the monkeys to perform the action, and it turned out that, on average, it took him 2 hours less time to train the supposedly smart monkeys than the supposedly less intelligent monkeys. Why? Well, it turns out that with the supposedly smart monkeys, the researcher smiled at them a lot, gave them a lot of encouragement, talked to them a lot, worked hard to communicate with them. But with the monkeys he thought were less intelligent, he wasn't as enthusiastic. He didn't try quite as hard. He wasn't quite as optimistic.
Explain how the example from the professor's lecture illustrates the experimenter effect.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
There was an experiment that the experimenter was told that there were two groups of monkeys, which are the smarter group of monkeys and the less smarter group of monkeys. And the information influenced how the experimenter did their training. And actually, there were no difference of intellectual levels between the two groups, but the group of monkeys, which were supposed to be smarter than the other, did much better than the other group. So it showed their experimental effect. Cool.
Listen to a conversation between two students.
Hey, Carrie, what's the matter?
Well, you know I'm in the choir, right? And we have a concert tonight in an hour, just an hour from now.
I know, I'm going. Really looking forward to hearing you sing. What's the trouble?
Well, we're all supposed to wear white shirts and black pants at the concert. You know, so we all look the same.
Right.
Well, I wore my white shirt to dinner, and I spilled spaghetti sauce all over it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's a huge red stain on it. I can't wear it for the concert now. It's the only white shirt I have, and there's no time to go to the store to buy another one.
Wow. What are you going to do?
Well, I just called the choir director, and he's obviously unhappy about all this. But I told him about another shirt I have. It's not exactly white, not white like the others. Sort of off-white, sort of cream-colored. And he says it's okay for me to wear it, but...
But it's not exactly the same color as the others.
Right. I'll feel kind of funny. Some people in the audience would probably be able to tell.
Don't any of the other choir members have an extra white shirt you could borrow?
No, I've already asked around. But my roommate has one.
Great. Use hers.
Well, the thing is, she's out of town. I've tried calling her, but haven't been able to reach her. She probably wouldn't mind, but, you know, I've never borrowed any of her stuff before, and I really don't like taking things without asking.
Briefly summarize the problem the speakers are discussing. Then state which solution you would recommend. Explain the reasons for your recommendation.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
The problem is that the woman who belongs to the choir is supposed to attend a concert in an hour, but the white shirt she was supposed to wear got stained because of the food spill. So she is at a loss for what to wear. I recommend she should borrow the shirt of her roommates, because she is in good terms with her possibly, and she can express her gratitude to her after cleaning it, even after using it without her permission, and she can apologize for using it without her permission.
Listen to part of a lecture in a biology class.
Birds have some of the best vision capabilities in the animal kingdom. Some bird species have vision that is 8 to 10 times greater than humans. Overall, a bird's eyes are extremely important for its survival. One aspect of birds' eyes that plays a role in helping them survive, in other words, to find food or to avoid predators, is the position of the eyes in the skull. Some birds have eyes that face forward on the skull, kind of similar to how humans' eyes are positioned. Forward-facing eyes allow a bird to clearly see and judge distances because it can focus on objects with both of its eyes and correctly perceive height, width, and depth. One type of bird with eyes positioned in the front of the skull is the hawk. Hawks eat animals like mice. Hawks have such good eyesight that they can spot a tiny mouse in a field from high up in the air. They spot the mouse and swoop down to catch it. Without such good eyesight, they would not be able to spot or catch their food. Other birds have eyes that are located on each side of the skull. This positioning of the eyes can help a bird to avoid predators. Instead of just seeing what's directly in front, they can see things that are on either side, permitting them to watch for danger in all directions. Imagine a duck wading near the edge of a lake. It needs to spend time eating grasses and insects, but it also is on constant lookout for danger from its predator, like the fox. An eye on each side of the duck's head allows it to see a fox approaching from either side. If it spots a fox, it can then fly away to safety. The placement of the eyes are critical in helping the duck avoid predators.
Using the examples in the lecture, explain how the position of birds' eyes is critical to their survival.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
There are two types of positions of bird's eyes. The former is those which have their eyes in front of their faces. They can estimate the distance and direction from their prey very accurately, and they can catch them in one go. On the other hand, the latter one, the latter ones are those which have eyes on each side of their faces. They can find their predators when they get close to them, and they can escape from them as soon as possible. And both of the positions of bird's eyes are very crucial to their survival. Okay, I'm tired, so I'll finish. I'll put an end to this test now. Okay, I'll submit it. Okay, let's see what it does. Phew, just difficult. Okay, the result will be reaching in the next 24 hours. Okay. I'll wait until then. So okay, now the result was delivered about in an hour. So I'd like to show you the score now. Okay. Yeah, I got the score 18. This is actually much lower than what I expected. And after sitting for this exam, I knew that this version of the practice test is evaluated by AI. It's not rated by human. It may well be so because it's very cheap. The practice test costs less than $10, and it's very cheap. And yes, I think the evaluation is quite strict. So I'm a little bit shocked to see the result. So I wanted to get 20 at least, but the score fell short of it. So I should say this is very strict. Yeah. I have to be modest. I know. I have to try harder to get higher scores. Okay, but I'd like to mention something about this official app run by ETS. It's the test consisted of six sections, but the actual test consists of only 4 sections now. So this format is quite old, and also the actual test is evaluated not only by the AI but also human raters, so the score may be different in the actual test. Actually, I want to get 100 out of 120, and to achieve the goal, I needed to get a score higher than 20 in speaking at least. So I want 21 or 22, hopefully. So I think I need more practice. So I hope I can get that score that in the future. So I hope I can report about my progress in the future. So thank you for watching this video until the end. I hope this video will be helpful for some people who are going to take the TOEFL test like me. So see you soon. Thank you.